Hello, good morning. You are watching QTV this morning. We are back on another edition of your favorite morning program here on QTV. I am Ibrahim Abalde. We are broadcasting live on our studios along Kairaba Avenue, the Gambia, West Africa, KMC. And I have my colleague with me, Julde Njai. You're welcome.
Thank you. Good morning to you, Balde, and good morning to our viewers from wherever you're watching us from. Like Balde said, we are back to yet another interesting, educative and interactive program, which is the This Morning program right here on QTV. Mbokk yi ñu leen di nuyu di leen dalalaat fii si beneen edition ni This Morning program fu waay mënti nekk rek si biir réew mi ak si bitim réew ñu leen naa jaajëfal bu baax di leen dalalaat fii si beneen edition. I hope bu leen dem fenn because tey tamit edition bi dina interesting.
Dina humba, dina dagan.
Wow, wow.
Yomba si bena tube. Dina garawde.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, so we are back, and coming up on our program, we'll be looking at the African proverb as usual, and then the newspaper review. From there, we'll talk to one Parmatar Cham, auditor Sukuta VDC, and of course, we'll also look at the Sukuta week. Wow, coming up, there'll be a Sukuta week, Sukutarians, and we'll talk to Girls Agenda, Mentorship and Leadership Program for 340 girls. Maria Masanyang, Communication Officer, Girls Agenda, will be here. Yes, it's unfortunate there'll be no click segment according to what I'm told.
Wow.
You know, but first of all, we'll take a look at the African proverb, and you know, we'll delve into it and see what it means, Julde.
Yeah. So the African proverb for this morning is, if you think you are too small to make a difference, try spending the night with a mosquito. Everybody knows mosquito.
If you think you are too small to make a difference, try spending the night with a mosquito. But it depends the type of mosquito you spend your night with. We have the Anopheles mosquito, we have the Culex mosquito. So it depends the type of mosquito that you spend the night with. The mosquito that I hate the most is the one that makes that sound. I hate that one, Jude. I hate that
But
one.
I heard that is the mosquito that does not give disease, but the one that is silent, normally, that is the one that gives people a disease.
Yeah, I think it's the Culex mosquito that makes the sound.
Yeah.
But the Anopheles mosquito is the one that gives you that sickness called malaria.
Malaria.
You know. Well, I don't know from your own interpretation, what can you make of this proverb?
So for me, what the proverb is saying is, like, no matter how small you are, don't underrate yourself. You can make a difference. No matter how small you are, you can make a difference. You can impact society. You can positively contribute towards the development of the society and to others as well. So for me, it's about, like, not the size of an individual, but the impact you are able to make. We've seen that in this country. A lot of the times, young people are heading organizations, associations, and they're making a really big impact in this country. So for me, it's not the size. It's about the knowledge, what you can give back, like what you can give to the people. I think that is important. So it's important, like, for people not to underrate themselves, not to belittle themselves, no matter how small they are. Like, ngane, okay, man mom, adama tuti, damanda, okay, man munuma amli, wala munuma li, did it. Difference, so kubuge def, dinko def. It does not matter your age, it does not matter your size. So parere dinga effect a change, and you could make a difference to the lives of other people.
Absolutely. It's telling you you are not small to make a difference. Exactly. I mean, it's telling you little help can also change people's life. Exactly. You know, the little that you do can impact someone's life. You understand? I'll take a brighter example. I saw a tree the other day. Well, it's more like of an unwanted tree. People don't need this tree anymore. And it's within the office environment, I can tell you. At some point, I've seen it went to an extent where it is losing itself due to lack of water. You know, maybe people might not realize it, but the tree wants to get that water to survive. You understand? So taking a cup of water and pouring it there can change that tree's life. You know, little things matter a lot in life sometimes. I mean, maybe some people might not, sometimes at some point you'll hear people tell you, ah, man sa fogo mane warna muna johe. Hadis bi dafa tuti torop pour johe. You know, foog nga ne su ma leen joxe 500 loolu dafa loolu du dara. But some people 500 is a lot to them.
Yeah, it means the world to them.
Yeah, little things
matter.
Exactly.
Even in Islam, we are told that even smile, like a smile is a charity. For instance, if somebody is down, nga ñëw rek di ko smile, you know, the person feels something, and that is an act of charity. So moo tax it like small things matter. Yow loo nekk di wax ne okay, man I'm not duma make an impact wala dama xaal be if I am a multi-billionaire or a multi-millionaire, that is the time I will effect the most needed change, is a wrong perception. Because the little act of kindness can change somebody's life forever. Even smile, somebody is down, oh, you're beautiful, you're nice. I mean, that uplifts their spirit. That the fact borom, you know, mu feel okay, man dañ ma appreciate, dañ ma value, and that will really change a lot of things in the person's life. Appreciation. Comme ñu bari ñu ko wax comme ñu bari fii da nga gis ne duñ day teel a appreciate ante but Balde da nga gis ne nit ki mu ngi def dara maybe moom is unconscious like mu ngi def lu baax but si moom comme nekku di def dara but somebody outside is mu ngi seet di gis ne okay kii mu ngi def lu baax nga ñëw nga ne ko ne Balde yow li nga nekk di def nii it's an act of appreciation.
Definitely.
Loolu means a lot and Balde will be conscious of what he sees.
You've really mentioned a very important point. Yeah. You know, it's important sometimes you appreciate what your staff does. You know, in office environments. You know, dama ko de mention, be it on QTV here, be it anywhere.
Exactly.
You know, man, I'm that type of a person. If you don't appreciate what I do, hamga dumala ko wax. Why? Dama xam ne you are a very ungrateful person. You know, sometimes people focus on the wrong things that you do.
Exactly.
But they don't focus on the positive things that you've been doing. You understand? So it's important sometimes thank you. Wow, this is good. This is I appreciate this. Well, anyway, you've really tried. Why not if you do it this way? But I mean, it's unfortunate. In our environments, what we have is totally different. People only see the faults. They don't see the success that you do. You understand? So it's important sometimes for you to appreciate. You know, sometimes appreciating things, and this goes to all the bossy types, all the bosses. You understand? You know, it's important for us to appreciate. You know, efforts. Efforts are very important.
No, it is. Come no ko wahe. Defa tahne sa man ma respect la. You know, ma appreciate la, ma honor la. Because man, the little thing I do, ngane ma ajulde, wala balde, linga neka de def ni, do bah la, keep it up. Munga adjust. You know, people here, like Gambia, luma neka de wa, people cannot criticize. Constructive criticism is what is lacking here. Kom nit ki munga wa faultam, but start with the good things. Okay, yo linga def ni bahna ba, but I think munga make an adjustment here. Koku no munti like feedback be no munti bon because danga jeke lu bah. Do koku no do feel the negative vibe of it. Understand that? Because you started with a positive vibe. So but ñun suñ fi comme yoko waxe rek lool more lack, like that is really lacking. Da nga gis nga ligéyal nit ki ligéyal ko be buga de du la mëna wa appreciate bena bes nga make a single mistake and it's like they want to crumble the wall, like dañ buga danel asaman bi ci sa kaw. So loolu non dafa wara stop. I think appreciation is very important. It increases love for one another. Dafa tax man soma de appreciate dama la de respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dama la de respect. I have that respect for you because I feel ne yow dang ma consider. You danga respect suma feeling bi and you respect what I am doing.
Exactly. Respect what I'm doing. I mean, hamna ne mo director mugmane time bi jotna. So what we'll do, we'll take a short break and we'll also let's go acknowledge our sponsors. After the break, then the newspaper review. Our newspaper review guest is already in the building. We'll be back.
Alia is a leading European brand which is now in the Gambia. Are you looking for glasses? Then you have come to the right place. As a first step, we will perform an eye exam to ensure we prescribe the correct lenses for you. After that, you can select a frame of your choice. We have a variety of brands in stock, and you will definitely find yours. You can have the full package of frame plus lenses starting from $990 up to more for the most fashionable options. Once you find a frame you like, your lenses will immediately be edged by our lab technician. Within 30 minutes, you will be able to leave with your prescription glasses and a huge smile on your face. How amazing is that? Visit us at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123.
Talahard Gallery, in partnership with the Q Group Foundation, presents Contemporary Art from the Smiling Coast of the Gambia, an exclusive art exhibition featuring renowned Gambian artist Njogu Toure with Modu Boy and Abdurrahman Salah. We are using a traditional fair booth at Q City Grounds, Bijilo, every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. from the 8th to the 30th of December. Come and browse, admire and buy original and indigenous art for every space and taste. Join us in nurturing a creative spirit. Proudly sponsored by the Q Group, Sunyu Boss, Sunyu Art, promoting entrepreneurship to build local content.
You are watching QTV this morning. We're back after that break, and the program is sponsored by Opticalia. They are located at the Tropic Shopping Center. They specialize on ears, eyes, throat, and nose. If you have any of these issues, you can go and visit them. Now we'll go straight to the newspaper review. We have our newspaper review guest already in the studio with us, Seth Mati Jau. You're welcome, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here always.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what are you looking forward to the New Year's? I mean, 2023, it's here almost. We have a few days to go. Do you believe in New Year's resolutions?
Well, I mean, last time you asked and I said I'm not really sure, but if there's anything to wish for this time, maybe 2023 will be a new constitution, you know, more stable and more focused Gambia.
That's how they always think. That's how country first. Country first.
They keep saying that if a country is more stable, everything can fit within. So,
absolutely.
you know, I want a peaceful country, you know, stable. Yeah.
Yes, interesting. And yes, Julia, take us through that newspaper there.
This newspaper here, the main headline that we want to talk about this morning is the detention of Mamadou Sabally. As a political, you know, analyst, what impact do you think this will have in our political landscape too, especially now that we are heading to the local government elections?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it's rather unfortunate that after 22 years, and we're talking about how the judiciary and the police, or, you know, generally the abuse of power. And for me, the case of Sabally is basically that, is an abuse of power. And I think it is also showing that the interest that we have in terms of moving forward, based on what the TRRC said and all those different institution, we're going against it. We've been making progress, and now we are showing signs of, I mean, democratic backlash. And of course, I'm not saying that the police have the right to arrest anybody based on whatever statement, but I mean, going to the courts, extending somebody's detention without charge, for me, I think that's total abuse of authority, and is unjustified. I see no reason, and that's the danger. Because at the end of the day, what you do is you radicalize people, and when you radicalize people in this kind of injustices, I mean, people get vexed, and that's what we need to avoid.
People are saying that Sabally could be charged for treason. What does this mean for our transitional justice process? Like, how will it impact it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, right now nothing is clear. We don't know what is happening. But I think when I read that the affidavit that was attached basically was talking about given the current context. But arresting a political leader, I don't speak Mandinka, but most of the people that speak Mandinka feel like that 19 seconds doesn't have much, I mean, has anything to do with that. So sometimes, you know, politicians will make statements from all ends. So what you need to do is to avoid you know, radicalizing a particular political group to prevent things from happening. So for me, the danger is that, I mean, we said that the states have been abused, state power was abused before. We said that the judiciary was used, and now we are seeing almost a similar thing happening. And so for me, that is the that is the fear that I have, that we might be backsliding into dictatorship.
Do you also have the belief that this is a witch hunt to Sabally, like the government?
Well, I mean, I don't know government intention, but the actions that I've seen, I mean, detaining somebody more than 72 hours, going to the court, I mean, what can it say? It's basically showing signs of witch hunting.
Well, I mean, Seth Mati, I mean, you've just said you're looking forward to bringing back the draft constitution.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we have laws that are governing this country, but this is a clear manifestation that the law, if they didn't abide by the rules and regulations of the country, even if you have this constitution back and it's implemented in this country, if laws are not followed by people that govern us, obviously it's a disaster. It's still going to be the same thing.
I mean, that's why I talk about the, you know, laws are just on paper, but it is government. I always say that government should be above everybody else because they are expected to maintain the peace and stability, but also to ensure that there is justice for all. But right now we are seeing like there is, you know, what we are seeing is injustice basically for me. I mean, there is no other way to put it.
Yeah. Well, someone just sent a message and said, but the state went to the courts to detain him longer, and that is normal. No rights were infringed if sanctioned by the court.
The state went to the courts alone, so that the right and freedom of an individual is, you know, is kind of limited. But where was that individual? They, you know, the right to hear a fair hearing. Was he there? Did he defend himself? I mean, so these are the issues. I mean, just detaining somebody beyond. If they had issues, charge him. I'm not saying that the police do not have the right to arrest or charge anybody. Let them do that. But let them not engage us into all these different political, you know, witch hunting that perhaps can jeopardize the peace and stability of this country. So sometimes, if Sabally has committed crime, charge him. He's like me, like anybody else. But, you know, doing this kind of stuff is speaking different things to what we expect from our government.
Yes.
So another story here, it's about the ECOWAS forces. Dr. Omar Toure is saying that ECOWAS forces are here to neutralize threats of terrorism and constitutional order. The ECOWAS forces have been here for more than 6 years now. Do you think that's the case? I mean, did they neutralize any acts of terrorism, or did they restore any constitutional order?
Well, I think if we're looking at ECOWAS mandate has evolved over the period. You know, at first it was stabilization. You know, I don't even understand where we are at this point. Maybe this is where exactly we are. But of course, you know, forces can, I don't know what they call it, they can change their mandates and improve on that. But of course, the question is, how are the people, you know, that they are serving saying that? For me, I think that's where the question is, especially when it comes to the question of Gambia. Majority of people are not seeing, you know, of course, the argument is, you know, but ECOWAS came because of that. But those kind of threats are no longer. So what you need to look at is, you know, the continuous presence of ECOMIC must be based on what the people are also saying. And I don't think that is also the case. But of course, we need to fight terrorism. We need to fight all those different security challenges that continue to confront the country, the sub-region. And I think also we have a role to play in that as a country. But the question for me is, I mean, you know, there is a need for that conversation around the presence of ECOMIC, when, how long they're going to be here. Of course, we know that they have extended their stay for another 1 year, but there needs to be serious conversation, because the public opinion, I mean, is saying that we need to, the ECOMIC need to leave.
Well, I mean, don't you think it will change the narrative? I mean, considering this alleged coup now in the Gambia, where people are, some people are on the government for them to release ECOMIC to go back to their various countries. Do you think it is wise for them to go back now?
Well, for me, I think for a very long time, what I've been advocating for, you cannot just abruptly say that a force should just go like that. I mean, there needs to be what we call an exit strategy, perhaps. Maybe 2, 3, you know, whatever period we decide to have that. But what is more important is how are we protecting ourselves? How are we reforming our own institutions? How are we ensuring that the security sector reform that we've been talking about is being implemented? So for me, I think this should be the focus. And for ECOMIC, I think there needs to be an exit strategy. They need to start thinking about that. And if that shows also, if people are saying that ECOMIC should leave, maybe it's also showing that people are having confidence in their own security forces, you know? And so for me, I think, you know, that should be the conversation. At least the voice of the people need to be included when decisions like this are being made.
Do you think that the presence of the economic forces is the reason behind this attempted coup? Like perhaps the soldiers are angered by their presence, and others are even saying that even those who are guarding President Barrow are the economic forces, not Gambian soldiers.
Yeah, I think this debate has been on for, I mean, since the beginning also. But of course, coup d'etats are illegal. I mean, no matter how frustrated we are in the system, I mean, people should not even think about that. And I think that should be very clear. Of course, people will be frustrated. I mean, people are frustrated. Those that are in the civil are frustrated. Security might be frustrated because of conditions and certain things. But I don't think that justifies the need to overthrow a democratically elected government. I think we should all condemn those things.
Exactly. Well, let's take a look at the investigation panel that is established by the government to investigate whether it's an alleged coup or not. Well, we'll just leave it to them. Let them investigate. At the end of the time, we will know whether it's just an alleged coup or whether it is definitely a coup.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, this is what is expected. I mean, at least so that people can know in detail what happened. But so far, I think what was communicated to us was a plot. It was, for me, I mean, attempt, plot. You know, it could be perhaps just, I mean, choice of words, but what was communicated to us was a plot. It means like nothing has taken place. That's why everything was normal here. We did not see movements of troops, etc. So I think investigating what happened, I think is crucial, but also to ensure that the rights of those that are alleged to have been part of this is also respected. So we need to also ensure that in doing what is right, you know, we must also cater for the rights and rights of the other people.
Exactly. I'm seeing on the Fourier newspaper, I mean, Woolies lawmaker calls for, like, he's telling the country, I mean, to do away with aid dependency. You know, we need to do away with that. We've been receiving aid for a very long time. So, I mean, do you think we will be able to survive if we are to, I mean, just shift away from this, Mr. Mike?
I mean, the question we need to ask is, I mean, whether do we want to be free, be independent as a people? And being independent for me has also to do with, you know, your economic well-being, and that's where you know, the need to work hard, the need to improve your productive base is critical. But, you know, one that depends on begging, it will be very difficult for that person to overnight move away from that, because basically our state has been designed in that kind of way that we ask for support. But I agree, we need to start thinking of ways of looking inward, developing our own infrastructure, developing our own economy, promoting small and medium-scale enterprises, create our own wealth. That's what a country needs to do, rather than depending on handouts. But of course, we are not an island. I mean, you know, that also we need to cater for that. But deep, I think we need to. I agree with Honorable Ture. We need to start thinking of our own way of surviving, so that things, when people that are giving cannot give anymore, you know, you cannot just wait and say, I'm going to wait for people to do things for me.
Exactly. Julia, any other thing?
Yeah, with the current realities that we have in the country and the structure of the country, do you think that this country right now, with the kind of policies and programs we have, do you think Gambia is, you know, at the road of, you know, achieving its much needed development aspiration?
Well, I think building a country, or even especially a state that is coming from 2 decades of dictatorship, is not as easy. And of course, we're talking about a country you know, with limited resources historically. But I am one that refuses to accept the fact that, I mean, what people say that we are a poor country, we are not a poor country. I mean, I sometimes say we are kind of mismanaged, we are a mismanaged country. And this is where the frustration for many is. But for me also, I look at also on the other side, where today we are training more people, there are more young people coming in, we are more connected to the world today. So I see hope. I see hope in the future of this country, despite the current challenges and difficulties that we are facing. But of course, I also see, I attended the validation of the National Development Plan. I see, you know, intention, good intention, but, you know, we have a lot of that. How do we put it on, you know, from paper to action? I think that's the next conversation that we need to have. But, you know, I believe in the future of this country.
Well, let's talk about our Gambian notes, I mean, the money, the Gambian dalasi. When you look at some of the notes that are in circulation, they are in a very bad condition, and Gambians frown at old dalasi notes in circulation. I mean, recently in fact, when I send my kids to the shop, there are times the shopkeeper rejects that money and tell my kids they cannot take this money anymore. You know, so said Matty, what is the problem?
I'm not.
You don't
I only know how to get money and spend money. But I really don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think we need an expert to help us understand, you know, what is happening to our notes. But I hope that we can have durable notes, you know, that will outlast. Sometimes you get
quality.
Good quality. I mean, money is important, but if we are spending much more money printing, and you know,
when you look at the dollar,
that is not
like
wise.
Even if you hold the $1, like I mean, you will realize it's a very old dollar, but still it's quality. You know, the pound is the same thing.
It's better to, I mean, but look at us in our construction roads. We spend less, you know, just to enjoy today, and then forgetting that, you know, durability.
I am pretty sure they've been given options. I mean, this is quality. This is, you know, medium size. But I mean, you can pay this. You can pay this amount to get quality, and maybe. The guy will just say, okay, now let's take this one.
Yeah, let's opted for the cheap one.
The cheaper. I mean, perhaps we will never know, but at the end of the day, we know that we have the quality of the notes that we have in a very poor. And I think, you know, we need help. Central bank needs to start thinking about, you know, getting notes that are durable, that will outlive all of us. Some of these dollar notes perhaps are older than some of us, you know, but dalasi.
Well, it is very rare to see a sellotape dollar. Can you imagine? A sellotape dollar.
And someone told me that, like, if something, like, if the dollar is cut off, even a little bit of it, like, that dollar cannot be used again.
Yeah, but because money is value. So if you don't value money in terms of even the print, what we use, the currency, whatever, I mean, it will, you know, if you cannot use it, if you have 200 and it is cut into pieces, you cannot use it. So imagine what that 200 can do for you. And it's also important that we get involved in educating people of how to, you know, hold money and all that, wallets, whatever, you know, way of, you know, keeping the notes well. So those are things that are also needed, I think.
Well, Julia, I think that's all we have. But I'm receiving an unconfirmed report, the demise of Abidi Pele, you know, from a site called Hope for Africa. Well, it's unconfirmed yet, but I mean, I've received, you know, several messages that he was in a very critical condition. But today I'm saying, although the guy that posted it, it's a very reliable person, you know, that we've lost our own Abidi Pele. Yeah. You know, you remember Pele?
I mean, who doesn't? I mean, all this, I used to support Black Star Ghana because of Abidi Pele. I mean, I think when we were all young, Pele, you know, that's all what we used to sing, Abidi Pele. And, you know, we praying, if the news is true, we praying and for God to forgive him, and also sending our condolences to his family. But he is indeed definitely, you know, a continental treasure, a legend, I must say. Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you very much, Mati Jau, for coming on this platform. It's always good to have you here to interact. I mean,
always a pleasure.
Yes. Always. Viewers, will take a short break. After the break, the program continues. Then we'll talk to Girls Agenda, and they organized recently a mentorship and leadership program for 340 girls. We'll be back.
Still in the mood for football after the excitement of the World Cup? Already missing the football buzz? Well, get ready to carry on the excitement. Come along to Q City on the 28th December as the Q Group, in partnership with the Diaspora Club, bring you the Q Group versus the Diaspora Club clash. Time, 6 p.m. Entrance fee is just $100. There'll be lots of side entertainments and wonderful food on sale. Just like a penalty shootout, you won't want to step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot Model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system with reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444.
QMoney is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new QMoney app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy QPower, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send QMoney, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Kalpe. We innovate, others follow. To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
We are back, and you are watching QTV this morning. And now we'll talk to Girls Agenda, a group that organized a mentorship and leadership program for 340 young girls. And we have Maria Masanyang, Communications Officer, Girls Agenda. And Juldem Benyim falling nga ke mandika kamoti. Ha purna molu milialon ko molu jibela isa faham bake. Ha.
So Mariama bismillah follow bebula la doro ini mole nyokonto jani mbe programme odate.
Assalamu alaikum la moy lal ngamu be konto toni konton la ndam Mariama Sanyannati Communications Officer di Girls Agenda.
Atol moli ala ne ko ali leadership and mentorship program okay for 340 girls. Isa fono mole ko munanna ali nyin fenko leadership program okay.
Coming ako fo nyamen don Girls Agenda musu fonninke ka folti mi yalon ko alota Gambia kabrin 2011 but nataka formally register in 2014 as a youth group mi yalon ko ka sunkutundin ngol ni musol le sementu ya bana do ko jama adikita sunkutundin ngol le ka mi yalon ko pour que la karamo ke sementu ya ke la karango sambano nyamen nyato so nyin nata ka fenti mi yalon ko ketan tol fana ye la finna ko te pour ka je ka dindingol sementu ya nata ka support sort of from the Global Fund for Women mi yalon ko ayen sementu ya pour sanji saba nka dindingol mento ke karandi kula mimbe dending ijato la mimbe dendi la karambu bundala anin ko dol so nata ka akumase West Coast region anin Greater Banjul area which goes up to 340 girls, including St. John's School for the Deaf, because ngaje lo kol fana mumole timi yalon ko e kumaya tan konole andi be society la kono e dafa na blatan konole na ya koros na program Jamal Bije nka sign language interpreter kelenka kuol ke min yalon ko abe mumunel fanan dabulan dilan na kuol kono so nyin nata ke kuti mi yalon ko we reach out to them so anata abe ka furingo ko la nata ke mo ke mesaba mo tan nani last week wallel graduate but still mam pare nda am expand la to LR mi yalon ko nyanta ka mo keme mo tan nani fanan trenji
akuma yata batani ko mon me yalon ko mumunellem ibuka dia mo moy sa nite aliyo mumunel ni modol bole sa woka ke nyadin aliyo manage nyadin
amanke kuti mi yalon akoleata ske mon laaje ku kolear ngoti bara mon kolea because itol fana ye mollel soto mi yala inika diamu nole inika communicate han tol funga talo ka traile ni entara ni be diamu kay ka fole he bar ni wode a jakalota bar kulo mi yalon ko dia part of us andu mol manyana ke sideline mol manyana ke bondi society kono so nka mollel haya ka mollel ta nkejo mi yalan ko ni ka communicate no ni ka nyola communication no understand so wol ni ka diamu e ka cool explain ni comme intol fanan kam info e ka translate into their language itol kam understand
aka kedula kilingol ti fo ali separate room ole fenke gale
for this training ngake to la school to specifically
saying ni mentorship program joro lembam for freelem
and then the mentorship program coming after nyam global fund for women wala ya support so through this training ka other materials will fan provide le like books bags t-shirt pen and bottle mi yalan ko wala be support la pour activity nyinto anum fana every day during the training nka transport report fanan dilala amanka comme itol ba jola bantol we give them something mi yalanko that will help them at the end of the program
mo keme saba aning feng wo mo ku mo jamalete ale ñi mol mobilize no nyaadi ne pour aliya jibe comme ko ñinde ñanta ka trainer ñi donga fana ñanta ka trainer al futata je nyaadi ne
coming yalon jang bundalel bije katane silol minna mi ya ibuka wuli doro yedon ko kono so biribe mobilization okela we went through the schools we went through the principals and then we have a discussion with them niya kacha soto katandila ko nyine be kering andu lafta kanyin kele pour alla dindingol prumbe karandino la nyamen so ntol fanante podino la dron school oto ngata nga dinol tombo baram fanan natale nga bunyani horomo tambindi nga leta safe nga di principal wala and then also mol min yalon ko wollel daba ko wonin kono pour isaje ko wonin bitano nyamen anyama
so alka munne karandi nyil
it's a module wala mi yalon ko wala use andung it's a very hectic module, but we have about 24 topics ranging from human rights, advocacy, life skills, entrepreneurship, and even part production and other activities nika kejele. Yeah.
Well, ngalo ne kamulu karande mili alonko dolbuke moy o dolbuka diamono ku kole mbalem monemo altolla challenge ni wato
to nyalong akoliata le bare tado bije you have to accept the challenges but ika batala ko dol strategy because dindingol la milialon ko e buke moy andung prini tol ya communicate sako ite mi mera kango moy aka kolya bakele jama comme communication no wala ka kolya ni tema but comme nga fa nyama don kal interpreter la ni mi yalon ko wala be interpretation o kala dol ni tol tema pour sa communicate no anyama in fact nga most of the me alon ko afana benu deaf school I think you must know her Binta Workman afana sometimes nga invite le na training solto pro aning diningol se kacha no nyama kula membe dending na nyin training la aning ko dol
so al ma plan pour que deaf language karang like jannal be mol hayala yena why not Al-Finansa Karam?
Yeah, it was part of our plans, but maybe later back because sometimes some people like me told Bitaka University and science and we want to concentrate, but some bimbo banna, and it is part of my plan also as communication officer to be able to communicate to more Jamal Bije, like I want to communicate to them even in different languages, not only sign language, but I am planning to do so.
Allah ni mentorship ayalta lo kunjella wala kari jella
ngake karisaba
3 months. Okay, sa ni nyul train alia bang albe bulala wala nyama yeta dor ala fo ko asa alta fo albe coach lale wala al bela ko gesto lale from time to time ka jibe nyul al ye londo men di la fo e ba ayena fa nyaade ne wala ebe munek ebe galbe men ke kan londo
buke bula wonya mayeta because science the ning 340 girls will mean graduate each batch or each school. I have a group WhatsApp group chat for them. Me alonko always nika communicate jele and sometimes na office soto nga youth safe space soto me alonko ni dindi on like a program soto je. So nka triale I bring them on board nge nati nang office soto nga fo ko this is your program. I am just going to coach you. I am going to tell you what you are going to do. So itela ba jibela what you want to do. Yena ya fanya ko lafta ni activity la implement la with the girls, then I will be there helping you, coaching you. Yeah, ila activity ni implement fire successful. And also under this project nga political lab soto mi alon ko nga kala nung earlier late 2020 and in 2021 with young politicians in earning National Assembly members. But currently, Mbake can with university students at Amami bring us that again. So often we have a group chat with them. Me alongo nika communicate jele any other activities. Me we want them to take the lead. Get all natin on board, including this Girls Leadership Academy students.
Tuman lo sambi time be banna balde bari isa fono mole dorom jumal le qualified ta pour yetara ni mentorship training. Is it high school, Melbourne University, or even Melbourne junior school or finance qualified?
Project Lomi Alunko, it has different targets. Like the political lab is targeting from 19 to 23 years, and then the Girls Leadership Academy is targeting from 14 to 18 years old. Yeah.
So alias center sotole me Alunko abekela alla centrality nyilbina dame ye karang training all bekela dame alias center sotole ba.
Yeah, right now well in a youth safe space di. Nka dindingol nati jele nka research soto jele nka other activities soto jele nke nati jele fana we have other trainings different from the Girls Leadership Academy.
So altol la kodo akabona mintole katung nyindi be nyinke kang fo ela poso se kuliade nyin kodo nyin ka boda dame altol kodo bal bulle de
din kodo bi jede alhamdulillah amin but comme nga fo nyamen ka ntol we are a donor funded organization like funding sort of from different donors from Amplify Change, Vital Voices, Global Fund for Women, and other other donors. So come last time, ngamra, if you can remember, na cartoon for a launch nunjang amami, I think August 26, na cartoon launch nun, that one was funded by the Global Fund for the Amplify Change, and then we are now planning to translate the cartoon into local languages and the like. Yeah, but we are a donor-funded
it's a donor-funded
organization.
So,
yeah.
I mean, for us to be able to fight corruption, putting a corruption or by, every time Bafuka, Gambia, corruption or Siara. So, aside, accountability, don't left alone. Nyinkodo eka mil dialla pour alia spend. At the end of the time, Jumale ka nyimbe account ka tandiko nyinna spend. Isaye, you know, corruption or tinala. Because ninkodo dunta dulado wrong. You know, sometimes more bukatiling. Alia structure Jumale soto me alonko accountability be sotola.
I'm finance manager sotole me alonko atelbe maraling ko bela. But as a project officer, like Girls Leadership Academy coordinator, any expenditure, the finance manager will give me the money, then bitala nga spend. Then I have to note down everything, all what I have spent, including the receipts and everything. Are
you sure you don't provide fake receipts?
No, I don't do that.
Are you sure?
Maka hanyi wala. I know, right?
You know, it reminded me of when I was at the Q Cell Marketing. I went with petty cars up country and I spent all the petty cars. Actually, if my boss can listen, Ami Cisse, you know, she said to me, Balde, why be among receipt? They don't have other receipt. Ami, there are things that you know you don't get receipts. Te sojele te saret nga defa maybe sakumalo nga yobuko. borom saret bi du la jox receipt. And they insisted I should provide receipt. So I went down and I got a receipt. Whatever the receipt before, receipt is receipt. You know, there are things that you cannot provide a receipt for.
Yes. But with genuine reasons that people will understand this is what you spend the money for. So that is how we work, and we make sure everyone is included. Anything that you are doing, like so like we have a WhatsApp page, staff so LBJ, Namal can communicate, this is what I am doing, and nganyina spend, and this is half of the money, or this is the balance of the money, and then yellow receipt to provide and other documents it is genuine, it is is present to the auditors as well. And natara we don't have a receipt, payment voucher provide. Like you provide a payment voucher including all the necessary informations. Me alonko wole nantakatara document nimbala yadi amari la aya sign, because come ya fa nyame dol bije ita receipt soto no la wolye to tell these people that ngani ko use nyena, but for other reasons you can also provide a payment voucher to.
Okay. So, Mariamante, I am one person who believes in decentralization. Tumando kujamaka kele akadang kombo damal abukata santolto. Atolia mentioned janeko ala phase 2 alia plans to purka kuonyin samba santolto fana. Is it all the regions or it's limited to only one region?
Currently, we targeted GLA targeted 3 regions, that is West Coast, Greater Banjul, and in LRR. But I believe in the future with funding,
so URR
is part of us, because most of our empowerment comes UNICEF support with Amplify Change. Jama bijeng kake URR and in CRR. But this GLA for this time, we are at LRR for now.
So we are excluded. URR people.
I know.
After the girls' agenda.
I know.
Definitely.
I know. Yeah. But we will.
All right. Then thank you very much, Maria Masanyang, Communications Officer, Girls' Agenda, for coming on this program.
Thank you.
We appreciate and we'll follow all the things that you're doing, to see. We'll make sure we follow you.
No problem.
Accountability. We want to say bye-bye to
follow
corruption.
the money.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
You should at least assign me with your finance officer so that we can work together.
No problem.
Yes.
I
All right.
will not tell them. We don't
I will not, because QTV is part of us now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. We'll take a short break. After the break, then we'll take a look at Sukuta week. Sukutarian. Let's take a look at your week. And we'll be talking to Parmatar Cham, on this platform. And they'll tell us what the Sukuta week is. We'll be back.
Opticalia is a leading European brand which is now in the Gambia. Are you looking for glasses? Then you have come to the right place. As a first step, we will perform an eye exam to ensure we prescribe the correct lenses for you. After that, you can select a frame of your choice. We have a variety of brands in stock, and you will definitely find yours. You can have the full package of frame plus lenses starting from $990 up to more for the most fashionable options. Once you find a frame you like, your lenses will immediately be edged by our lab technician. Within 30 minutes, you will be able to leave with your prescription glasses and a huge smile on your face. How amazing is that? Visit us at the Tropic Shopping Center, Nayasana, Gambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123.
Talahard Gallery, in partnership with the Q Group Foundation, presents Contemporary Art from the Smiling Coast of the Gambia, an exclusive art exhibition featuring renowned Gambian artist Njogo Toure with Modu Boy and Abdurrahman Salah. We are using a traditional fair booth at Q City Grounds, Bigelow, every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. from the 8th to the 30th of December. Come and browse, admire and buy original and indigenous art for every space and taste. Join us in nurturing a creative spirit. Proudly sponsored by the Q Group. Sunyu Boss, Sunyu Art. Promoting entrepreneurship to build local content.
we're back. If you miss anything discussed on this platform, you can go to our social media handles, or you can follow the repeat of this program at 12 midnight. And now let's take a look at the Sukuta week. And of course, we have Pamata Cham in the studio with us. Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Nice suit.
Yeah.
Well,
is that the suit that I'll be rolling with New Year's Eve? I definitely love that suit.
It's made in Bilkama, not Sukuta.
Nowhere close to that. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Exactly. It's good to have you on this program. And Sukuta Week, I mean, it's important for us to discuss this. When we say Sukuta Week, what does it mean?
Okay, thank you very much, and first for the invitation, and also for gracing the occasion when we did the opening ceremony. QTV was there. Sukuta Week actually is the hallmark of the Sukuta Village Development Committee. The primary reason behind this is to celebrate Sukuta, and how we do this celebration is basically to reflect on our current condition and see how we can make constructive discussions to pave the way forward in achieving our collective objectives. So it entails a lot of activities, to be precise with you, but to answer your question, is to celebrate Sukuta and also to see how we can achieve our collective objectives, like I said earlier.
Well, since you started, I mean, it's how many years now?
This is the 4th edition, so this is the 4th year. Of course, the previous year, it was not celebrated the way we are doing right now because of COVID. We all aware of some of the restrictions that were in place. But notwithstanding, we were still able to have the regular program at a low key, more of sensitization on some pertinent issues affecting youths, affecting our community in general. So this is the 4th one.
Exactly. Since inception 4 years ago, what are the achievements? It's important.
This is an annual event, for example. So usually what will happen is for a particular year, we'll identify a theme for this particular, say, Sukuta Week. So let's say, for example, this year, the theme is women and health. So the focus will be more on that part. But still now we have other areas that we still look at. Looking at this, for example, I'm not sure whether you have the program guide. We're looking at how we can promote cohesiveness within the community. And we have identified means to do that. We're looking at how we can educate our people to better understand and appreciate the culture that we have. We're looking at how we can enlighten people to better understand their health and how to better take care of themselves. We're looking at how we can do sports, you know, just to bring the youth together. We have a youth congress, for example. So there are arrays of activities that we do, we embark on, primarily to foster unity within the community and by extension to the state as a whole, the whole Gambia as a whole.
Let's change the language to Mandinka.
Yeah, because
I mean, you
my
know,
Sukuta people can't speak English.
Sukutarian only the you know.
So it is, Mata, Sukuta. Mune matol la batada kote. Anu atol muna nafanga al lota al sita al ko mo nyanda ka Sukuta celebrate le. What is there to celebrate even in Sukuta?
No, there are a lot to celebrate. Yalan Sukuta ko banya mo jama be buka understand. So it's important to let people know. For example, Sukuta we don't always wait for the government. We are always on the move, whether you know it or not. The only health center you have in Sukuta was through community initiative. Amanka consider rek man sakuna re loptano lo nyano. Sukuta ko le fonga le loptano lo. And then of course the government had to intervene because man sakunda fana niaje ko eba kuke kane. Ifana mfoy nana because mbele denta wala. Itole tamo bari itole nyenta kake but niaje ba kale kake. Okay. Nina ta Sukuta fana even the school that we have, it was a community school. Amanka coming government and of course like I said, bri yakere government kanan ye makoy. Ya fam. So recently, if you go to Sukuta Health Center, because this is the program of the Sukuta VDC, we have a child center there. The government will not tell you they are the one who did that. Because what people should understand is the government is there for the people, but we also have to take our part.
Definitely.
We have to play our role as citizens. So, Ikayako, like as we speak now, we are coming up with a multi-purpose center. Mianako is a multi-purpose skill center basically. About the skill gaps in the society because I realize komujuma bije ila karangol boka complete and they're just in the street. So ngaje ko ninga skill center law, we can help a lot of these folks to come down here ila karangol ke. So ibaje ko like wulni nyon jamale biye mena ko mbake kam but mol boka long because it boka moy. So ninga nyin sival ka for example this week we had a health talk. We invited one of the doctors to come and some few nurses from Sukuta. And we had a very interacting session, very, very interesting. Modul bije, kodul bije malon no, but this availed them the opportunity to know. Because though we have a chance to know in doctor Leo interaction, because for example, we are talking about cervical cancer. Like I said, the theme for this year is about women and health. So we are talking about cervical cancer, for example. We are talking about breast cancer. We are talking about diabetes and then high blood pressure, for example. Yeah. And so many other issues. So we can like akamol makole puriye fongola Kenya long and infana they do more in terms of is a minkeno because nalba siring alda malbuka kaja albuka long aljenta minkela next time wala do katrake kanja albuka nyo kalamta but nala kanyin kaja sifa ste kaja lako kujuma laka fintena. So obviously coming to the question of jabe dorong Sukuta is a community, is a large community mujuma buka long. I think the last census, Sukuta was said to have like over 55,000 population. But ikaje ko like activity jumala katarake kanje. So nyinka ke opportunity miano kombe kana no nyokane. We have a platform and we can discuss issues. So yeah.
Alka mul mobilize nyade na komi ya fanyame Sukuta mudula balti mul siyata jel. Sa alka mul be mobilize no nyade na yena anu kodo fana alka kodo bonde mindol because 1 week activity wo manke kundinte de.
Yes, thank you very much. More mobilization no manka abuka easy Gambia especially more dokola and stuff like that and it's a whole week program. But I mean ke Sukuta is a very close community coming kabilolom. So nyaafa kabila tiyole tang ifana nga fo modolele ol fana fo modole saje molinana. Okay, in my capacity as the president of Sukuta Sports Committee and I'm also a member of the Sukuta VDC. This are youth sol fana engaged nole like as we speak we're having a football tournament as part of these activities as part of this celebration. So mobilization no nyinga buka kolyambulo kono back. Of course though we kala molina nyameng abuka ko nyama but like I said the health talk we did just 2 days ago the turnout was quite impressive. Regarding funding, yes, funding is always an issue, but normally in coming for this particular activities, funding so we seek donors, and thank God this year we have a Sukuta neighborhood clinic. It's within Sukuta here. So they came out to sponsor a lot of our programs, and I just want to come in opportunity to extend our gratitude to the entire management for that foresighting. And again, they send in volunteers for free, who were checking people's blood pressure. They were doing some general checks, taking some vitals and stuff like that. And in fact, they were giving out deworming tablets to kids, all for free, as part of this program. So we also have we have a very good diaspora community. Yeah, for example, we have the North America Sukuta Association, for example. In the UK, we have a similar one. In Norway, we have a similar one. So we have a good number of them. So Ninganim program Sivake, they all chip in. For example, even the skill center I talk about, we have not received a single dime from government or other agencies. This is all community initiative, and through the support of our individuals here and in our diaspora, we're able to come up with this.
But are you considering, I mean, Sukuta, the market? So that you can at least encourage your people to move to that market. Market built up, but more move. You know, and you know, you should put it part of your initiative to at least encourage your people to move there. No one thing I'll be
yeah, I mean, it's question of it came my expect no. But maybe even though the market is in Sukuta, but Imadi is not under the management of Sukuta or Sukutarians. Because I think I'm not very sure. I stand there because there is this thing called the Women Federation or something. The Gambia Women Federation. From what I was told, Koya allocate wale. So even though it's Sukuta women market,
but I have a Sukuta.
Yeah, about Sukuta, but we don't have any managerial control or any administrative control over the place. So that's why it's very important. Community, let the community see themselves inside the project. Yeah, feel this is our own, and they take ownership of it. But if you want to mol la sarjeto, you mol time go from melong, you call the time delay responsibility the run. It's going to be difficult. So those are some of the challenges. But
exactly.
Hopefully. Yes, hopefully, I'm sure they will realize that they need to do something.
The needful.
Yeah, they need to come back to the community and then we see. Yeah, it's always a an
it all buga like ni kamfata ya mutajere wala
bir kaman ko wonne.
No, yeah, maybe coming along could be complicated. Ning topico mantara wo kono jang, but Sukuta, for example, most of the time, the Molka feel like successive governments, they were not treating us fairly. They would just come and grab our land and yeta wanyama. For example, all land badaming, for example, is around the Brusubi area, and everybody knows, or at least those who know, Brusubi is what? Is Brufut, Sukuta, Bigelow. That's how you have Brusubi. Yeah? But then, a lot of time, of course, the government will say they have compensated. I'm not here to talk about that part. But then, what is for sure is that even where there was compensation, the compensation was probably not sufficient. Because more compensated, I feel compensated. There's no need for them to be angry again, for them to feel, you know what I'm saying? But that's what happened in Sukuta. The whole of that land, and for your information, Sukuta predominantly is a farming community. It's just recently that Kool Falenda, but there is no age mate of mine who has not gone to the farm to plow. No age mate of mine. It's a purely farming community. But because of development, lands were grabbed, and these people have no place to farm again. So Minnarake, you go to Brusubi N, that's one area for farming that was taken. You go to Salaji N, that was all taken from people Minika farming. If you go to Nemasu, for example, these are all Sukuta land, but Minkake, they gave it to other people. Now, we're having that problem now in Sukuta. Like, school. They have no place to farm. They don't have good education, and they're just there. And therefore, sometimes when I walk around, in fact, program just to bring people together, because population is exploding. And we don't have, the settlement is a problem. Housing is a major problem. And I'm sure it's not just Sukuta. If you go to Bakau, you go to Brikama, you go to most of these things, housing is a major problem in our area, in Sukuta, particularly those that are from there. So I wasn't expecting the program to take this dimension, but then it's important that you bring them up.
Exactly.
But these are issues, obviously, coming Kamarasela Kova, for example, let it be for Sukuta, they should see themselves in it.
Exactly.
As far as I know, I'm a member of the VDC, the Village Development Committee. I'm very active in the affairs of our community, but these are issues that we are confronted with.
So director is telling me, I mean, the time we were given is almost. So finally, what do you have, just finally?
Finally, first, I'll thank again for this opportunity, and also more encourage Gambia mbele tamu, Gambia ala tenkungo, aning ala the peace and prosperity of the country is in the interest of everybody, those within and those outside. So nsakuku keno to foster that unity,
absolutely,
and promote that peace. And then this Sukuta week that we are talking about, that's the primary objective. Let people know that what we have is valuable, we cherish it, we appreciate it, and we celebrate it like we are doing. And then we try to extend it to others so that Gambia, as small as we are, we're able to have a very vibrant community, cohesive society, with all the diversities we have in terms of the tribes and everything. We are all able to come together as one big family.
Exactly.
And then we have a very prosperous Gambia.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Julia.
Thank
you very much. I mean, one community I wanted to live in is Sukuta, but I've tried living in there for many years.
Land is
I cannot get a place to live. I mean, I love the setup. I love the way people live in Sukuta. It's more of one family.
Yeah.
you know, because there are compounds that you go into, you will realize this compound is connected to the other one.
Yeah, it's like, it's very interesting, especially for those who come
that's the setup. I've seen,
and that's how we are all connected.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that.
Sometimes that's why I feel like, you know, people have this bad notion, I'm sorry to say this. Oh, Sukuta people, they like to fight.
Yeah.
But then you'll be surprised, we are one of the most peaceful people. In fact, this Nawetan, they are surprised. We organize our Nawetan without any security. And for example, GFF knows we are very cool. And we've never had any incident that will promote or that will just precipitate the need for them to say, okay, Sukuta, we are. All the other zones, recognized zones, the referees don't play without security.
You cannot do that.
But our own people, we have our own security,
exactly.
Our own senior players, they buy their uniforms, they come up with security t-shirts, and they're serving the community for free.
Exactly. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Well, this is all we have for you, this edition. Until we come your way again, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.